So this is the final stretch. Okay. This is the final stretch, but it's not going to be like you thought. Okay, I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, when am I going to go into this blessing? Okay, you guys want to know, when am I going to go into this blessing? When am I going to meet the spouse that I'm supposed to be with? That's what you guys are probably asking. It's very important for you to understand that the spouse that you're supposed to be with is going to come when they're supposed to come at their right divine time. Now, a lot of people would prefer you to meet up with someone or just run into a relationship, run into a situation and let that person just be the person. Oh, this is the person I'm going to be with. And the whole time you find out that that's not even the actual spouse. That person came in as a counterfeit. Yep. Oftentimes, so many people you connect with counterfeits because it's not that you don't want to find love. It's not that you are not supposed to be with that particular person, but it might not be the right time. It might not be the right timing. So you might be obsessing over marriage. And then you get with that person. And then you say, oh, I'll get with him. I'll get with her. I'll change them. And then in 2 years or 3 years, they'll get better. What if they do not? What if they have not gotten better in 3 years? What if they have gotten worse in 3 years? In 3 years, when you expected them to get better, they actually got worse. What do you do then? Do you divorce them in 3 years because you thought you could sit in a marriage for 3 years and then change them? Or do you go through the motions and have to go through all of that? Because you might say, oh, in 3 years they'll be fine. In 3 years, that's the same person. That's the same person that you met 3 years prior. And they did not change. Yep. They did not change. So that's what you guys have to ask yourself. When you are trying to attract a spouse, because many of you guys are doing attraction spells. There's many of you on here. And many of you are Christian. It's not me judging you, but many of you do attraction spells. You're into the law of attraction. If you are trying to get this spouse to come into your life, you have to be very careful as to how you do love spells. It's not even, I wouldn't say you shouldn't. You really shouldn't, to be honest. Because if something is going to attract itself to you, it will. But when you go and try to force and manipulate things, it makes it very hard and it's very tricky to what you are attracting. So you might think, oh, I'm attracting my spouse, and the whole time you're attracting the counterfeit. The counterfeit comes in looking like your spouse.